Meanwhile, Donald Trump is waging a war of his own. With election campaigning in its final stretch, Trump has found a new enemy to attack: the European Union. Trump says Europe needs to buy more American goods, otherwise Brussels will have a big price to pay.
And we'll also pass the Trump Reciprocal Trade Act, meaning if China or any other country is charging us 100 or 200% tariff or tax, then we will charge them 100 or 200% tariff or tax in return. In other words, it's an eye for an eye. And when that happens, everything will just go away.
It's an eye for an eye. That's classic Trump for you. When he was president, tariffs were his favorite tool. And if he wins again, he plans to double down. Trump has a new law in mind: the Trump Reciprocal Trade Act. Yes, he's named it after himself. And what does this law entail? Tariffs across the board on all imports. Imports from China will face a 60% duty, 60%. For other countries, it will be anywhere between 10 and 20%. That's the import duty. And this proposal is already making the Europeans nervous.
We are following the domestic debate in the US, and of course, we know that some are considering tariffs. A trade controversy between the US and the European Union would not see any winner, but only losers.
That was a German finance minister. His appeal will most likely fall on deaf ears. Tariffs are a key policy tool for Donald Trump. It's this pitch that got him elected the first time. In 2016, it was about punishing China. In 2024, Trump is targeting the European Union.
China is I would say, probably the toughest, but there are a lot of them. You know who's very tough. European Union, our beautiful European countries. Wonderful. If you add them up, they're almost the size of us. They treat us so badly, we have a deficit. They don't want anything from us. We have deficits that are crazy, and we're not going to have any more. We're going to put tariffs on them.
So this is not a hollow threat. Trump has every intention of following through on this, and why not? It's a strategy that has worked for him in the past. Tariffs resonate with Donald Trump's voter base. The idea rallies them. So Trump has described himself as a tariff man. He says tariff is the most beautiful word in the dictionary. Let me quote. Most beautiful word in the dictionary, more beautiful than love, more beautiful than respect. I'm not making this up. These were his exact words. He said this a month ago. But beyond the politics and the populism, is this an approach that will work for America? Economists say it won't. They say if Trump goes ahead with this law, he'll start multiple trade wars with several friendly nations. And we have heard similar arguments before. Now the Democrats are latching onto this. Yesterday, Kamala Harris raised this. She attacked Trump and questioned his policies.
I pledge to seek common ground and common sense solutions to make your life better. I am not looking to score political points. I am looking to make progress. I pledge to listen to experts, to those who will be impacted by the decisions I make, and to people who disagree with me.
I'll do better than Trump. Essentially, that's a pitch. But will that be enough to win over voters? And is she offering an alternative? What is her economic policy? That is the biggest hole in her campaign. Harris says that Trump's economic policies are flawed, but she doesn't say what she is offering and how exactly she would do better than him. She hasn't been able to spell it out, and this is bothering her team. The Democratic Party is concerned. They feel that Kamala Harris has not been able to get her message through. And remember, the economy is a top issue in this election. That's what the American voters are thinking about. At least that's what polls say, that their biggest concern is the economy. So Harris is switching gears now. In the final week of her campaign, she plans to focus more on the economy. The Democrats may not admit to this, but this shift is telling. Trump's message on trade seems to be resonating with the voters, so Harris has been forced to change her strategy at the last minute. If she wants to beat Donald Trump in this election, she'll have to counter him on tariffs, and she doesn't have much time to figure out how.